Good morning. It's about 6:15, getting ready to leave for work. Valerie's in the kitchen cooking, so let's see what's going on.
So I'm starting my omelet with some onions, grilled onions, 16 ounces of mushrooms, so I'm just going to put half. There's only a cup of mushrooms. I'm carb sensitive, so I only do 2 blocks of carbs with every 3 blocks of protein. So I'm going to let that start cooking, and then while that's going, I normally have 2 cups of broccoli that I put in my little to-go container and steam it in the microwave because it's quick and it can go while I'm cooking my omelet. And while that's cooking, he'll explain his breakfast.
So, I have a hard time eating breakfast, so I try and keep it as small as possible. What I usually have is these nice sandwich thins, or wheat. Each slice is a block. So, make one sandwich. I have 2 blocks of carbs with the bread, and then throw some cheese, and then there's a fried egg underneath there. It's pretty easy to make, and then there's some mayo on there for the fat. And then I usually have a little jar of milk, 2%. I was on whole milk, but I've lowered down because I was getting a little too much fat, so I just have some 2% milk, and that's about 4-block breakfast. And then for lunch today, we're gonna have some leftovers from dinner last night, which is basically cabecitas, which is kind of like a stew of corn and zucchini, tomatoes, and then ground beef. Got some sour cream, and put that all together. I'll probably throw in some fruit, maybe one of these little oranges. They're about a block each. And then I basically just pack up some snacks in this ginormous lunch pail. Got some string cheese and some fruit. These little cups are nice. They're 2 blocks each. If you're strict, I believe they have some sugar in them, so maybe not the best thing, but they're really easy on the go. And then for post-wad, I usually have half a cup of cottage cheese, and then 2 more of these little orange guys. They're really good. Taste like a 50-50 bar. And then in this little top part, this really nifty lunch pail, I usually have I'm probably going to refill this. I just have a big bag of fish oil, and then I need to refill this too. Oh, big bag of cashews. That way I just always have some fat and some fish oil on hand, and I can just get those. And that's about it for my day at work. And then the rest of my blocks I get when I get home.
So one thing I wanted to point out was my post-wad. I do applesauce. It's a lot of sugar, but it's okay in your post-wad. And then I love chicken, the Castlewood chicken breast. Sometimes it's hard to cook up a chicken breast just for your post-wad or even for lunch, and the Castlewood's pretty legit. My omelet's starting to look more like mushrooms and eggs because I only put 2 eggs because I love feta, and so I do an ounce of feta on top of my omelet. And so my broccoli's done, and all I'll do is drain it, and then I'm ready to put my eggs on top. For my lunch, typically I do broccoli, and I'm having leftover salmon that I made on Saturday and adding some of my nuts for the fat. One thing I wanted to point out is that we've been doing Zone since like on and off and consistently since 2008, but I think the first time around we were doing protein shakes, protein bars, kind of hodgepodge of stuff, but now that we're doing vegetables and more vegetables and a little bit of fruit, Michael does a little bit more bread, I see a totally big difference. So I would suggest sticking to veggies and a little bit of fruit if you can. So that's us. Thanks.
Thanks. We gotta go catch the train, so we'll see you later.